What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back for our AEW Rampage and SmackDown review for January the 14th, 2022. We're on our way to the Royal Rumble and on our way to Beach Break for AEW as the month of January continues to move on. This show, SmackDown, was an absolute, I agree with Roman Reigns, absolute waste of our fucking time. Rampage, on the other hand, damn good main event, really good opening, filler in the middle. Well, as we always do, start with Rampage. Why would I want to start with something as shitty as SmackDown? So, we had Adam Cole taking on Trent Beretta. The who's who were out there with the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, his girlfriend, Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, Wheeler Yuta, and Chris Statlander, who, up until this past Wednesday, I swear was MIA from Best Friends. But the story of this match is simple. Trent Beretta, of course, just came back from injury, a month ago? And it was neck surgery. It was, I think it was spinal fusion surgery, something like that. So, pretty much the same thing that Edge had back in, 2002, Beretta's got now. And his neck is going to be suspect for the rest of his career. So, it's going to be easy for heels to get heat on Beretta because all they have to do is target the neck. Got one of the easiest things to do is sell that neck for every dime that you have. It's going to make it really easy to find sympathy for Trent Beretta because of all of his neck problems now. And there were some spots in this match and I'm like, dude, how is he even able to walk still? This dude's getting his ass beat. His neck is getting fucked up and everything. So, Beretta does get the early advantage though and delivers some chops in the corner. Beretta catches Cole and delivers an overhead throw to take down Cole. Beretta batters Cole against the ropes with punches and follows the low drop kick that sends Cole to the outside. Obviously, yeah, everybody's out there, so the referee has got himself a hell of a thing to do trying to keep everybody in check. I mean, Beretta gets taken out to the outside, and the entire super faction, as they want to call themselves, or Cole calls them, and his girlfriend, are just standing around him, and the referee is just trying to keep everybody backed off. Of course, by the end of the match, everybody from the Best Friends to the Elite and the Elites and them all brawl. Stat and the Champ move up the ramp. They fight up the ramp because that's going to be a mixed tag match on Wednesday. And of course, in the end, while the referee is dealing with all this, we get a low blow from Adam Cole. Hits the boom. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole beats Trent Beretta, but that was obvious. You're not going to have Adam Cole lose going into his match on Wednesday. I mean, not Friday. We go back to break and we see a recent deal between Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. I don't care. The women's division is irrelevant for as far as I'm concerned. Cameron Grimes' old partner Andrew Everett shows up and he takes on Shawn Spears. This is his debut. Everett gets about maybe a little bit of flash and pizzazz here to show us off what he does before he gets caught into a C4. 1, 2, 3. That is that. And Shawn Spears picks up the win. Then Spears gets the mic. He had Wardlow with him holding his chair. Gets the mic and says, "Is he really the best in the world? What about me? I was the guy who wasn't supposed to make it. He was the guy who was not supposed to make it, and, he doesn't know who he is. He's not the right size, blah, blah, this, then that. And, I know who I am is real simple. What I am is something very complicated. He's the guy MJF sends when he wants to send a message. I figured that would be Wardlow, but okay. Says he'll never apologize. Spears says he's the guy you never see coming. One swing with his steel chair and Punk will remember him forever." Now, the crowd is chanting Wardlow the entire time. Spears says he is not a one-move wonder. You're not facing a one-move wonder who with no substance in the ring. He's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. It says Punk can't hang anymore. Going to expose Punk on Wednesday night. Now, obviously, the one-move wonder was a dig at Wardlow. So just like, and you could like the crowd even reacted like, "Oh, you're gonna die soon." The turn is coming. He's pretty much a babyface without being a babyface. He still has the heel moments when they tell him to go to the back and he goes to the back and he just tucks his tail and runs away. So yeah, Wardlow is going to beat the shit out of this guy. Fast. It's gonna be beautiful. Can't wait to see. It's like you remember seeing on Wednesday how much the crowd reacted. This guy just taking MJF's hand and wrenching it back like he was going to kill this motherfucker for disrespecting him. And of course, Shawn Spears came in. Shawn Spears is the guy who's been irking him more than MJF, even though and when MJF does it, it stings a lot more. So it's gonna happen. I don't know if they have enough steam to get this guy to turn at Revolution. At Revolution. I don't know if they're gonna have to hit that, do it beforehand or what, but fans are wanting it so badly. They want him, they're chanting him, they want him to do what they can. Want to see him just beat both of these guys up. And it's gonna happen on Wednesday, or it's gonna happen on a pay-per-view. You know that. It's just, you're not gonna have this on Rampage or Dark Elevation. That just doesn't make any fucking sense to do that. So when Wardlow turns, it's gonna be probably the second biggest. It's probably gonna be one of the biggest pops they've seen. Hangman Adam Page making his return to win the ladder match. CM Punk making his debut in Chicago. It's gonna be on that level, and it's almost there. They just gotta keep pulling you along as long as they can, as long as they don't stretch it out enough to where people go, finally he turns, instead of finally, it's about damn time he beat his ass. That's what you want to get instead of, oh, now they turned him. That's what I'm not wanting to see. And it could very well go either way. We'll just have to see if they can get it done at the right time. I wish I could trust Tony and them to do the right thing, but with how the booking towards the middle of all of 2021, all the bad booking decisions that were made, it's just, I don't have that full confidence in Tony Khan. I don't. So we got a diss track from the Acclaimed on Sting and Darby Allin. It was not match. The biggest thing is two grown men going through a goth stage, mess those buckle bombs in here and all that stuff. You had fucking Anthony Bowen just dress up like Darby Allin and some other guy dress up like a poor man Sting. While Max Caster just sat there and rapped about two grown men in the goth phase, whatever. Irrelevant division had a 6-woman tag match. Who gives a shit? This is how irrelevant this division is. Nobody got an entrance. All these 6 women were treated like jobbers. Why do you just tell me right there that you don't care about your own women's division? Why should I? Moving on. So, we get a pre-recorded comment by Scorpio Sky, who keeps mentioning how he hasn't been pinned in 310 days. Hasn't lost a singles match. He hasn't been pinned in 280 days. Hasn't lost a singles match in 310 days. So he says whoever becomes the rightful champion between Sammy Guevara and Cody Rhodes, he wants the title. He deserves the title. He wants next. Honestly, this guy has got the best record in AEW. He hasn't been pinned. He hasn't been submitted. The only match I think he's lost in the last 310 days was against Sting and Darby Allin. And the other match, the 5-on-5 match, but he wasn't pinned in that match. The one at Full Gear with American Top Team. Those are the only matches Scorpio Sky has really lost this year, in the last 310 days. So, yeah, I think it's time to give this guy a title shot. That's all I gotta say. Honestly give this guy a title shot and maybe get the title. So coming up this Wednesday, the mixed tag team match: Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander versus Adam Cole and the Taker, Britt Baker. CM Punk versus Shawn Spears, Sting and Darby Allin versus The Acclaimed, Serena Deeb versus Sky Blue, FTR versus Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson. Cody makes his return, and it was announced tonight that the House of Black, aka the Kings of the Black Throne, take on the Varsity Blondes. This has got to be when Julia Hart who's still wearing the eye patch, by the way, who came out when they were beating down 3-on-1 on Malachi Black, still wearing the eye patch. She came out and told them to stop. She did not want them to beat down Malachi. Now, she has to come out, missed one in the face, missed the, have that one cost them the match. The other one, well, it doesn't matter which one she does, it doesn't really matter. Like, say she missed Griff Garrison. Okay. And Brian Pillman comes to her and is like, what the hell, Julia, what the hell? Missed him too, pulls off the eye patch, and she's got her eye painted like Malachi Black. She joins the House of Black. If that is to happen, just please don't try and copy what they did with Alexa Bliss. Don't have her be a carbon copy or anything close to what Alexa Bliss did. We have Mark Henry doing the interviews with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus in the Dark Order. You have Silver and Reynolds playing the Dark Order theme on kazoos, which Christian gets the joke, but he's not. Says, if I could take a kazoo and make it iconic, imagine what I could do with the talents of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Of course, I agree with a lot of other people. I fully expected that the original plan for that match on the debut episode was supposed to be the Lucha Bros retaining because Christian Cage turned on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Well, it turned on Jungle Boy. That's why they did the spot where Luchasaurus and Ray Phoenix were out of the match. So the turn could be 1-on-1. It wasn't going to be him turning on the team. He just turns on Jungle Boy because his target is Jungle Boy. I fully expect that the Jurassic Express not to have a long tag team title reign. And by the time we get to Revolution, we have all of February. They do some kind of like special show in February, not Battle of the Belts, but like a beach break or something in February, and the tag titles are on the line there. I totally can see Christian Cage costing them the match, them doing some kind of spot like that again. Hopefully no injury this time. Having the Jurassic Express lose the titles because Christian Cage cost Jurassic Express the tag team titles. And at Revolution, it'll be Christian versus Jungle Boy, which I think was the plan at All Out before Hangman Page had time off to go be with his wife and have a baby. They had to shuffle things around, and that's how we got Christian versus Kenny Omega instead of Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. AEW World Tag Team Title match: Jurassic Express with Christian Cage versus John Cena, Alex Reynolds with Evil Uno and Jungle Boy's girlfriend Anna Jay. I wonder how that worked out for him. So we have ourselves a damn good match here. The Jurassic Express are great. Alex Reynolds and John Silver, if they're not tag team champions by the end of 2023, I will be absolutely shocked. These two are fucking fantastic together. Definitely a great. This was a good match. This was a really good match. Now, no shenanigans here. Jungle Boy, of course, rocked most of the match. Fans are chanting in where they're at, which is North Carolina, doing Luchasaurus, Luchasaurus. That was a chant going out through the entire show. Entire match, I should say. Really good match here. All four guys trade kicks. Silver drop kicks Luchasaurus to the outside. Silver and Reynolds hit some of the signature combination offense on Jungle Boy. Close near fall. Jungle Boy comes with a clothesline and takes Silver down onto Evil Uno. Now Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus hit a combination offense on Reynolds for a near fall. Mouse here. One more tag team move, which is a step up Canadian Destroyer into Alex Reynolds. 1, 2, 3. And the Lucha Bros, Jurassic Express pick up the win, retain the tag team titles, and that was Rampage for you. Decent show tonight, like I said, great main event, great opener. Inside was a filler, Andrew Everett versus Shawn Spears. Didn't need to happen. The 6-woman tag match did not need to happen. You could have taken both of those matches off and gave all that time to this match and gave you 2 matches with a damn good main event. It was a good match. The only complaint I have about this match is I wish you could have had 5, maybe 10 more minutes. Have these two, which these, like, the Lucha Bros, I keep wanting to say Lucha Bros because they should still be tag champs, but, injuries happen. Jurassic Express fought hard to keep the titles. The Dark Order fought hard as hell to go out there and try and win the tag team championships. Both teams worked their asses off and got the pay, worked off to be paid to work like this match. They earned their pay in this match. Alright, let's talk about SmackDown. Again, a big waste of our time. Xavier Woods is out for 6 to 8 weeks, will miss the Royal Rumble. He actually, in the match against the Usos, went for, I think it was for his finisher, just leaped up towards calf. He is out for 6 to 8 weeks. It's a shame. Kofi will be in the Rumble, which will get a Kofi Kingston spot in 2022. We are from the Chai Health Center in Shnomaha, Nebraska, as it was snowing all over the place. Out come the Usos. NXT Samantha Irvine is here to do introductions. Cole looks back at last week's street fight over the New Day and says the King Xavier Woods is out of action, definitely due to calf muscle injury. Suffered during the bout. Usos take the mic and give their props to the New Day, saying they're the one team that has always taken the Usos to the limit. They're going about letting everyone know that they are the best tag team. They are the ones. Grind doesn't stop, and they bring up assisting Universal Champion Roman Reigns with Seth Rollins tonight. They also said the WWE officials are already lining up the books. They are lining up the opponents and ready to knock them down. A fatal four-way is booked to determine the number one contenders for the tag team titles. They do the special introduction for the tag teams that are going to be here. Out first is Los Lotharios, Angel and Humberto Carrillo, followed by Cesaro and Mansoor. Why this is a tag team is beyond me. Like, was Ricochet not available? Jinder Mahal and Shanky, and out come the Viking Raiders. I'm looking at this and I'm like, only two teams in this entire thing. Well, it's only one if you think about it, but they're a heel team, so it's probably not going to happen. The only two that even stood a chance, in my opinion, were Los Lotharios and the Viking Raiders. Jinder Mahal and Shanky was supposed to feud with Shit Row, but that got canceled because AJ Francis can't keep his mouth shut. And Cesaro and Mansoor, you look at this and you're like, really? Why are these two tagging together? Anyway, I hate these type of matches just because they just get convoluted and a mess. I just care for one tag team versus another tag team. I don't like fatal four ways, triple threats, or 6-man, 8-man, 12-man, 10-man, whatever. Give me a traditional tag team versus a traditional tag team. None of this other shit. If you want to make this elimination, that's another thing, but still. In the end, we get a Force Hammer from the Viking Raiders on Humberto. 1, 2, 3, and the Viking Raiders are your winners. The only problem I have with that is I don't think Humberto was a legal man, but I can't tell. Because they don't do one member from each team. It's just it's a one-on-one match with anybody can tag out to anybody, which I hate those fucking rules. I really do. So the Viking Raiders get the tag team match. When it's gonna happen, who the fuck knows? It could be at the Rumble. They haven't said when. Viking Raiders stand tall, and they use the kids. The Usos interrupt and now able to talk some trash with Eric and Ivar, stare them down from the ring, mentioning how the Vikings used to rape and pillage, and they used to pillage and destroy, but they never came to the Isle of Samoa. To their island. And that they're going to take these two down, and they're going to still be the ones. So, we get looking back at last week's match between Naomi and SmackDown champion, show about not dancing, and Sonya Deville's blatant interference, costing Naomi the match. Deville's backstage in the office, now when Naomi walks in. Deville comments on how being cold in the office, and Naomi says, it's cold just like you, Corella. Like your heart. They have a few words, and Naomi knocks her for being such a liar. She says toying with her is one thing, but she won't let her slide when it interferes with her career and messes up her title shots. Friends Deville, and Deville reminds her that she can't touch her when she has this suit on, because that makes her Naomi's boss. Deville says the reason, and this is so fucking stupid, but you knew it was going to be a shitty reason. The reason that she is so pissed off and so upset at Naomi and goes after Naomi so hard because she shows up with her main character vibes when everyone knows she's just an extra. That is your reason why she continues to get in Naomi's way. Keeps hugging Naomi, keeps going after Naomi, keeps pissing on Naomi's career. Just wants to go out there and make her life a living hell because she knows that she's an extra and Naomi's trying to act like a main character. Is that the best you could fucking do? Are you fucking kidding me? So, can we just end this? Have Charlotte and Naomi feud over the Women's Championship. Replace Toni Storm with Naomi. Have Sonya Deville do something else because if that's all you got, you're wasting my fucking time. Deville tells Naomi to keep her hands off her unless she wants to get fined or removed from the Royal Rumble or even fired. Yeah, good luck with that. Naomi says fine and walks off. Adam Pearce comes in and calms down how cold it is in the office. Apparently, heat isn't working. Oh, God. Yeah, let's not even talk about that. So here comes Sami Zayn. Ring, that area is dressed up as if it's going to be somebody doing some jackass shit. Also, yeah, before that, they did a lot of things tonight. Building up to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns face-to-face later on tonight. Their debut as the Shield, to winning tag team gold, to Seth Rollins turning on the Shield, all the way to Seth Rollins completing the heist of the century at WrestleMania 31. All those were just sprinkled in during the show to give you a reminder and build up to, honestly, was a waste of everyone's time, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. So Sami Zayn comes out, says his conspiracy against him has gone as far too long, beginning with how he was robbed in the Intercontinental title, but finally he's getting it back when he regains the gold that belongs to him. Brings up Jackass story. Johnny Knoxville shows us what happened between the two last week. Says actually it's great because he is officially entering the Royal Rumble. Says Knoxville thinks he can do anything, but Zayn can, but he can't. Then says he'll do whatever Knoxville says, and tonight he'll show the whole world as he presents his jackass version of Insane. Oh my god! So he gets gets in a shopping cart, and pretends like he's gonna ride down the ramp and go up this shitty ass looking ramp, jump over, and land on the other side of the ring. That doesn't happen. Don't really care. But the short of it is, he gets in the ring after all this stupid shit. Talks some shit, I think. Yeah, Boogs gets on the apron. He says he's going to beat the Intercontinental champion and get his title back. Turns around into a Kinshasa. Boogs then picks him and power lifts him up and throws him into where he was supposed to land in his shopping cart thing. Really couldn't care. So, Naomi ran us backstage with Aaliyah. Where the fuck has she been? How? Like, when Naomi was getting beat down in the whole oh, by the way, where's Xia Li? The protector, who was supposed to have a problem with Natalya was supposed to have a problem with. They kind of dropped that. She had one appearance in front of the crowd, did a little fake lightning thing, and then had one backstage segment, and she's going to be cut just like everyone else. I guarantee you she'll be on the cut list after the Royal Rumble. That's if she's even in the Rumble. Anyway, Leah's asked if she's nervous. The first time we've seen her since her six-woman tag match. All the way back in November. Leah says she's all nervous and dreams about getting to the WWE ring since she was a little girl, and now she gets to do it against Natalya, who is a Triple Crown winner. She helps her put a good showing and doesn't embarrass herself. Natalya shows up and she's carrying a Guinness, the 2022 edition of the Guinness World Records. Natalya says Leah will do awesome, and there's no shame in losing to Natalya in her singles debut on SmackDown because she is the winningest woman in WWE history, and that's just one of her Guinness World Records. Leah's like, oh my god, the Guinness World Records? I didn't even know that was a thing still. To be honest, I didn't realize it was a thing still too. I remember when I was in school seeing the Guinness Book of World Records from like the year 2000, 2001, 2002. I graduated in 2008, just want to let you know. But yeah, I thought they discontinued that shit like 10 years ago. But okay. And that was that. So Leah comes out, we go to commercial break, we come back, she's waiting in the ring for her opponent. Natalya is backstage with Morant. She brags about her Guinness World Records and how important the book is. Nobody cares, Natalya! Says with her 3 records symbolize the 14 years she's dedicated to winning to the WWE. You know, winning the women's tag team titles, winning the Divas Championship, the SmackDown Championship. I believe she was Raw Women's Champion too. I could be wrong. Those don't symbolize your 14 years? No, a Guinness World Record or 2 does, or 3. Most pay-per-view matches of any woman in history, the most matches of any woman in history, and the most victories of women in history. Give Charlotte about another 2-3 years, she'll probably pass that up. Natalya says tonight she'll set another record, which would be 3.8 seconds. She walks off and makes her entrance to the ring. Yeah, I think that's Kane's record. Be wrong. Natalya set her record book down in the corner and immediately attacks Leah and beats her down before the bell. The ref warns her, but she continues to assault and load stops and all that stuff. The bell hasn't even rung yet. So the referee, she finally gets up. Leah begs for the the ring announcer announces that the ring announcer is going to announce that Leah can't complete, but she begs and pleads with him. The announcement is made, but the referee changes his mind, and Leah has convinced him to go. The bell rings. She rolls Natalya up. 1, 2, 3, and the match is over. 3.17 seconds. We see Anna, and that is that. 3 minutes, 3.17 seconds. Leah has not been seen on TV since her 6-woman tag team match and being pulled from Survivor Series because she was friends with Naomi. She hasn't seen a wrestling match since. And now she comes back in the ring because they got nobody else for the Royal Rumble and they had her beat Natalya in 3.17 seconds. What in the little fuck was that about? Holy shit, that was terrible. Are you fucking kidding me? Leah celebrates, Natalya's upset, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville backstage watching, they talk about the thermostat again. This time it's too hot. It's getting a little too hot. Still to come, Lita is here. Back to commercial break. We see more history between Seth Rollins and them. Here comes Lita as Michael Cole is going to have a nice little interview with her. I honestly don't know why she's here tonight. No, Lita's here. Why is she here? Because they don't have enough women. Why is she here tonight? Here's the big sister why she's here. Because WWE is hemorrhaging the ratings. Fox is not happy with the ratings, so WWE has to do everything they can to get people to watch their shitty ass show. But the ratings don't matter. Really? Then why is Lita here? Lita talks about being that she wants to be in the Rumble because there were no Rumbles back when she was there, which is absolutely true for the women. Does Lita forget that she was in the first Women's Royal Rumble, if I am correct? Yeah, so she was in the 2018 Rumble, which was the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. So why are they trying to pretend like this is Lita's first Royal Rumble coming back? I don't care. But she inspired so many women, blah, 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 da, da. Then out comes, Sharbot 9000, because it all has to be about the Sharbot. No one's allowed to have their own time to shine. It's all about her. I tuned this shit out. I can't listen to her regurgitate the same shit over and over. Ends up getting hit with a twist of fate. Lita walks off. She's all happy and everything. We get reminded of how Ricochet broke Ridge Holland's face. Now Sheamus takes on Ricochet for the honor of Ridge Holland in Sheamus's eye. Sheamus pretty much beats him up. Ricochet gets his usual offense in. Nothing special here. Throw kick in the middle of the ring. 2-3. Sheamus picks up the win. We see what happened earlier between Aaliyah and Natalya. Cole McAfee announced that Aaliyah has the fastest victory in WWE history at 3.17 seconds, which I don't think that's true. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville are backstage, and now they're complaining about it's too hot in here. Pearce actually has his jacket off, puts it on, and he's going to go check the maintenance, see what the hell's going on. So, Deville takes her jacket off and throws it on the couch, and immediately the door sounds like it closed. And here is Naomi. A little too convenient, don't you think? And somehow Naomi was able to rig the room they are in, go from freezing cold to hot as hell, so she could beat the hell out of Sonya Deville. And it's just, I don't understand why this is a thing. Why are we having, like, I'm supposed to try and sit there and believe that that's smart? That's dumb. That is just, like, how does Naomi have the ability to find the, like, to change the thermostat, break the thermostat, and be able to destroy, like, go in there? It just doesn't make any sense. This is all because she wants to beat the shit out of Sonya Deville. And if Sonya takes the jacket off, isn't she still wearing a suit? It's not just the jacket. She said the suit, not just the jacket, the entire suit. So she still has her tie on, still has her dress shirt on, and her dress pants on. She's still technically in her suit. Good grief. And Adam Pearce, who clearly didn't leave the room, was already in there, back in there again to keep them two apart. He says, you know what, Phil, you've gotten in the way a little bit too much, so we're going to do this. We're going to run it back. Charlotte versus Naomi next week for a championship contenders match. If Naomi happens to win, she will get a championship match, probably at the Royal Rumble. Kingston versus Madcap Moss. Of course, this is where Kofi announced he's going to be in the Rumble. We get a shitty-ass joke. I mean, literally a shitty joke. The dumbass known as Madcap Moss, who's got to be looking at these when he gets them from these scripts about these terrible jokes, and is like, really? I have to say this? He beats Kofi. Nothing special. So, it's time for the main event. Seth Rollins comes out. Roman comes out after him. After we come back from commercial break, of course, Rollins says, before you say anything, Omaha, acknowledge me, gets a mixed response. Rollins says, let's acknowledge that this is quite a moment. He's thinking, some fans chant for Rollins. Rollins offers his fist for the Shield fist bump. For old time's sake, and Roman says, that's beneath me now. Rollins says, well, let's acknowledge the look on Reigns' face when Rollins showed up in his office last week. Rollins laughed and said, it seems he is the last person on earth Reigns wanted to see, and why not? Because their track record is single matches for titles. It's very one-sided, since, you know, he won them all. So why would Reigns want to see him? Reigns laughs at Rollins for coming out here and talking about the past. Reigns says Rollins must be sleeping under a rock because he is in God mode these days. Head of the table, the tribal chief, the provider, the greatest of this generation, no questions asked, the greatest Universal Champion of all time, which on Sunday will become the longest reigning Universal Champion in history, as he is only 1 day away from tying Brock Lesnar, 2 days away from breaking Brock Lesnar's streak. Reign. Rollins just has one question. Can Reigns look himself in the mirror at night and say he accomplished this all by himself? Rollins says that's the difference between them. It's like, you know, without you, Seth Rollins is going to be fine. I was climbing to the top while Reigns was riding the pine in the CFL, and how Rollins still had to hold Reigns' hands later during the Shield days. And if Reigns understands the difference yet. Cole says Rollins is making good points. Rollins says he created Reigns and he can destroy him. He laughs. And Reigns says Rollins is a waste of his time. The whole segment was a waste of our time. It says he looks and sounds like a clown because he is a clown and clearly does not have the star power Reigns has and won't reach the levels he's reached. He says if he was looking for a megastar, he wouldn't even chose Rollins. I would have chose you from your household. If I wanted to do that, I would have chosen your wife. Get a Becky chant, which again, why is she being a heel when fans still love Becky Lynch? They face off in the middle of the ring. The Usos try to attack. Rollins ducks, retreats to the floor, and standing on top of the announce table. The Usos come to attack on the floor, but Rollins sends one of them into the ring steps. He jumps back into the ring, briefly stares Reigns down, but quickly retreats back up the floor. As the Usos run in after him, Rollins quickly heads up the stage and laughs, ranting about how he created Reigns and will destroy him as the bloodline walks on and the SmackDown goes off the air. Yeah, and this entire segment was to sell you on this match. You want to be excited to see this match. We're going to beat it in your head till you get excited for this damn match. We're going to just beat it. You're going to want to see this match. And they didn't do that for me. I could care less about Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. This is WWE's own fault. We could have had Ricochet built up and had Ricochet. Drew McIntyre goes down, you could have had, if you didn't fire him, John Morrison. Drafted the SmackDown. Built up from October to December, up to January, and been the guy to go up against Roman Reigns. We never saw that match one-on-one, so that would have been a good match. But no, they had to pluck Seth Rollins away from whatever they were going to do with him, put him here. I don't have a fucking clue what the hell they're doing, but this was just a waste of time. SmackDown, as always, fucking sucks. It's not getting any better. Bringing Seth Rollins to take on Roman Reigns is not going to help this show. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is your SmackDown and Rampage review. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Minds at the France Club. Find me on twitch.tv/the France Club. And find me on Instagram at the France Club. And I'll see you guys on Monday for Raw. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.